Before the actual class starts, we have first a pre-assignment for the course. It would be better that you do the assignment from a company product which you know well. So if your own company is active internationally and you know very well a company and a product which is sold in international markets, so choose that as the case for this course. You do actually the actual assignment, so it is due after the class, after the teaching is over, so from this same case. And you can basically do this from a product or service, but product is better. Consumer product is the best choice. B2B products also could work, but the problem with B2B products is that are very often adapted to independent customer needs, and this is like the adaptation for different markets is the key in this course. And services are, on the other hand, so difficult because you have to deal with management issues, and so you have employees working abroad typically in different services, and that makes so the process to discuss about the adaptations are more difficult compared to consumer products. So product is best choice. Consumer products definitely work the best. And then choose a target market. So if you are American student, so you would choose American company, home base being in United States. If your home country is somewhere else, you can also choose a company product from your home country. And then you have to choose a target market, and that has to be culturally distant from United States. So like Canada is not a good option. Maybe like if you think about from European continent, so maybe like UK might not be the best option for the case. But so the idea is like you choose a target country which is at least somewhat different compared to United States. It's quite easy, I would say, like if you exclude these couple of destination countries. And in this pre-assignment, so discuss about the cultural challenges the company would face in the target country. So you can say like in the culture, so there are certain different kind of levels. And there's discussion here about national culture, so that's kind of like when you compare like American or Mexican culture, generally speaking. Many of the issues that relate to adaptation, so they might come from the national culture level, but then also like business culture is really important. So there might be some business culture related issues, so which you have to also take into consideration. Also, like when you go to different target markets, so this usage purchasing process and like basically the reason to buy a product might be very different. So like this is something else also to consider. And you could use as a tool for this, for example, like Gert Hofstede is a very famous author, researcher in the area of like cross-cultural business, very long used theory in this relation. There are also some other theories. I don't want to restrict like to only to Gert Hofstede, but you can use some other theories if those are familiar to you. You might take a look at there's this website of Gert Hofstede, and you can find easily books from the topic. Also like from the internet you can get like basic knowledge about this cultural studies what Gert Hofstede has done. Basically, so he found out so there are certain dimensions so mentioned over here. So power distance, individualism, masculinity, uncertainty avoidance, long-term orientation, and indulgence. In those different factors, you can find differences between different cultural areas, and then you can draw consequences on like what are the needs to adapt to a certain different cultural area. And so as said, so Hofstede, you can choose basically from these different factors. So what are important? How do they relate or to your case? Some of these might be insignificant. And there also like there's another theory I mentioned here. So just think about, so like when Gert Hofstede's theory gives kind of like a general idea about areas where you might face challenges when you enter a different cultural area. But like Bernd Terpstra, so in his discussion, so he talks about those kind of like building blocks of culture. And if you think about, so like as an expatriate to go to a foreign country to work, Bernd Terpstra's those building blocks of culture so give you an idea so in what type of areas you should deepen your knowledge when you go to certain different cultural area. Gert Hofstede's theory is different, so that's kind of like very superficial, you could say, like knowledge related to culture. So if you want to get to know more deeper certain cultural areas, so you have to then refer to some other means to do that. So Bernd Terpstra's ideas, for example, give you more knowledge about that. And then when you have done this kind of analysis, so make a PowerPoint presentation of about 5 to 10 minutes, 10-minute maximum. It can be somewhere close to 5 minutes. And